Hello. Today we're going to talk about, with Eric from Channeling Eric, love and what it means to love one another here in this physical realm. So I remember thinking, well, what am I going to be doing for this Sunday Fun Day? And Eric stepped forward and he said, hey, let's talk about this topic. And I said, right on, let's do it. And I have a sneaky suspicion that I am going to be, let's see here, put on the spot, if that makes any sense. So I just love it though. You know that calm you get before the storm? That's what I'm getting. That's definitely what I'm getting. And so I know that in basically, you know, basically when you know that something's coming and you know that you're going to be made an example of, if that makes sense. uh, so anyways, okay. So everybody's coming online. Excellent. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Okay. Perfect, perfect. I love it. So the topic today is love, and how is it that basically we're looking at loving one another here in the physical realm, and that topic was chosen by Eric. I said, okay, Eric, you want to come and help me with this Sunday Funny? Let's do this. Help me. He's the one who's like gonna help me. And he said, yes, that sounds great. And this is what we're going to talk about. Hi, Philomay. Hi. Awesome. So I also asked Eric, I said, when it comes to Q&A time, are you open to only talking about this questions that are going to be pertaining to this topic? And he said, no, like any topic. And I said, right on. Right on. So he's open for anything he says. So I'm just going to follow his lead is what I'm doing. I feel like one of us, that would be me, is about to get roasted today to be made an example of, and I'm okay with that. So can everybody hear me okay? I hope so, because we're about to step off here, off to the races. Okay, so here we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and I am going to basically channel the words from Eric. First, before I get going, I just want to make sure I have all my bases covered here. This is me using a new technology, which I'm really happy about. I love it. Makes my life easier, that's for sure. All right. So technology is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Love it. There we are. Perfect. Okay, excellent. Okay, you guys. So here we go. We are going to be channeling Eric. Here we go. Okay. Okay, you hear me loud and clear. Perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so here we go. He just says it's an honor to be able to speak with you guys today. He says he's here with his big bro, JC. And, okay. Yeah, I feel Jesus here on my right. Wonderful. He's telling me to relax. So that's what I'm going to try doing. You know the calm before the storm, guys. You know what that's like. And you know when you're going to get shoved in off the deep end of the pool. This is what that feels like. But I'm all good. It's all good. It's all good, Eric. Use me an example. Ready. He says, He says from one indigo to another. Because I was asking him earlier today, I said, you know, like when you were here in the physical realm, in a physical body, would you say that you were an indigo? Because I say, hey, I know I'm an indigo, and I said, and I know you don't like labels, Eric, but is that what you would say you were? And he's like, oh yes, definitely, absolutely. So okay, he's saying loving one another. What does this mean? It all comes down to what you choose to think within your mind, because everything, the basis of everything starts from what transpires inside of your mind. Practicing being the still observer of the thoughts that rotate in your mind. Practice that. Practice that. For once you master this, being the still observer of the thoughts in your mind and realizing that you are not the thoughts within your mind, that's when you've got it made. He says that's when you've got it made, folks. Yeah. Those that do not take the time to create that stillness and that awareness of the words and thoughts that rotate in your mind. You want me to say that? Okay. He's saying, he's like, yes. That those who don't take the time to do that are just fumbling around in the dark. And they don't understand why this and that is happening in their lives, and why people respond to them in the way that they do. It's lack of awareness. Lack of awareness, folks. He wants me to mention a really amazing book that really helps me. And even now, I know I should be like reading this book again and again, a couple times, maybe again in a year. That's how important this book is to me. And he agrees. And you guys know, I've said this a billion times before, but the truth is, this book changes everything. That's why it's called A New Earth, because, you know, as you move forward in this direction, reading this material, your reality, everything is not the same afterwards. And it's all for the better. So, A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, again and again, and I'll say it again and again. And he's asked me to say that just now, so I agree. Yeah, I'm just reading a comment here. You know, you can turn a negative thought around, but if you literally feel like you can't, what would be your suggestion there? Handing it off. Hand that thought off to your team of angels. Hand it off to your spirit guides. Hand it off to God, Jesus. He says, me. Hand it off to me. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. All right. He says, why do I recommend that each of y'all read this book? Because it changes this forever in a good way, in a really good way. Okay. All right. All right. He's shifting gears and I'm following his lead. Here we go. All right. So loving yourself is the basis for loving others. And that's the other point he wants to bring up. So, you know, here you are, he says, going, stumbling through this life, right? Stumbling, most of you, he says. And they never teach you in school what is the most important thing that you could ever give yourself, which is self-love. Self-love and self-care. He's recommending mirror work. Louise L. Hay is the one that started that. He says back in the, what was it? You're saying the 80s? Yeah, because he's saying that, Louise L. Hay, brought the gay community together to speak with them when they all had HIV. And one of the discussions was mirror work and how important that was. So looking yourself in the mirror, how many times a week? 3 times a week, he says, and looking yourself in the mirror, right dead in the eyes and saying, I love you, and saying that a few times. And at first it's super awkward. It's really awkward, but then you start to manifest it into being. And it is like things change. People in your life change, and you change because you love yourself. It's wonderful. Okay. Mirror work. Thank you. Okay. He really wants me to say thanks, y'all. See, where I'm from, I don't say y'all, and I don't say any of that stuff. So he really is repeating it, so that's how I'm doing it. Okay? Up north here, we don't say y'all. Okay, go ahead, Eric. Self-love. Go inward, and then that's like a pebble into a pond that vibrates out and affects everyone around you in a loving way. And it all begins with housing high vibrational thoughts. But how do you house high vibrational thoughts? By being aware of your thoughts and being aware that you are not your thoughts, but you are the still observer of your thoughts. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Oh, here we go. He's pointing at me now. Here we go. Jumping in off the deep end. I'm more like getting pushed. Ripple effect. Thank you. It's the ripple effect of a stone in a pond. Sorry. Ripple, vibrating out. Okay. Take this being for an example. She has become very accustomed to being let down and disappointed by others. True. She's always learned to get back up on her feet, and she has practiced and practiced. He's saying I've mastered self-love. I don't know if I've mastered it, but I'm good at it. I would say that. Am I always perfect? No. But there's no perfection in this human experience, so that's me talking there. No, he disagrees with what I'm saying. Okay. I like to stay humble. Eric's disagreeing, so we'll go with Eric here on this one because it is me channeling Eric. So he's saying that, I've mastered looking within, going within. Yes, it's not always perfect in the thoughts that I think, but I'm very much well aware of the thoughts that transpire in my mind. I am continuously practicing being the still observer of the thoughts in my mind. Yes, I am. And if something isn't working out for her, she turns inward and connects with her divine team, which is really important. For that is the only way forward. I agree with that. All right. Oof, he's really going to put me on the spot. Here we go. I can tell he's laughing too. You're going to get it when I get over there, Eric. Here we go. He says, okay, when this being keeps those in her life who have let her down when she keeps them at a distance, that is what I have an issue with, he says. Some should be let go of and leave them at a distance, he says. And some more effort could be made. Okay. She knows what I speak of. She's also learning boundaries. Boundaries are important. And those come along with self-love. So whenever you have any issues in your life with other people, other peeps, turn inward. For in truth, this is all but a mirror, a manifestation of your thoughts. And that is the truth. That is the truth. If you want this all to change with your relationships, your partnerships, with the ones in your life that you love, start right here. Start right here. And go and read A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. Okay. Okay. So he's ready to take your questions. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask those of you who asked questions last time if you could hang back and allow those who have not been able to ask questions to come forward. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 15 people who would like to say me, please. And then I'm just going to jot it down. And I'm sorry if I miss you, but I'm doing the best I can here. And I'd like to give Gwen a day off. Even though she's here, I don't want you working for me. Okay, Philomena, you are first up. And Annika, yeah. So, okay. Okay. Okay, Robin. Okay. Virginia. All right. Now, keep in mind, you are open for going ahead and asking him any question. Ooh. Let's tune in. So Barbara wants to know really quick. I'm just going to do that one really quick. Terry Fox, what do you have to say about cancer research? He says he loves it. He's not here. He's at a distance, but he's coming right here into my neck. That's into my neck and then into my brain, and I hear him forming words. He's laughing that I'm telling he's laughing that I'm telling you guys that he's coming into my neck here, but that's where I feel his energy. He's just sending everyone his love. He says the truth will come out. The truth being that we can all easily heal ourselves from cancer. Oof, that's heavy, Terry. You want to drop that bomb here? Yep, he does. Eric's laughing his head off. Oh boy, I got you, Annette. So we'll stop at Annette there. Anything else you want to say, Terry? The truth will be revealed. He says as we shift and we move, as the earth shifts and changes, as Jesus returns with his team of angels, his soul coming, his energy coming. A lot of those who are the manipulators and the power controllers on the earth will be exposed. and we're not going to buy their lies and BS anymore. That's what I want to say. That's coming from Terry Fox. I so admire Terry Fox. I looked up to him all growing up, and he passed away when I was 1 year old. And I would I would see the legacy he left here, where I am from in Canada. And the man lost his entire leg and had an artificial one that didn't bend, not like the ones now. And it was like kind of like his leg was in a locked position straight, and he ran almost the entire length of Canada for cancer research. He doesn't even, what are you saying? He says he did what he felt was right in that moment for cancer research, but the truth will come out soon enough. Cool. I am excited for that. He's sending his love to everyone. Well, I love you, Terry. Thank you for popping in. Really appreciate it. He's just kissing me on the cheek. So sweet. Okay, so Philome, here's your first question. All right, heart constrictions, like I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry, Philome, but I think we have an awareness of what this is. Sorry, because I've felt it myself, but it might be serious. No, Eric says it's not. Okay, my heart constrictions, like heart attack symptoms. What's that, please, Eric? Ascension symptoms. Every time you go and you touch sugar, that will increasingly get worse. Don't touch sugar. Is that it? He says you need to ground. He says your mind is like, nee, 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 and it's really important to go ground often, daily, 30 minutes a day or more. He says you're an Energizer bunny. So you're already like this, then you coupled with the ascension symptoms, and then you go throw fuel on the fire with the sugar. He says that's what's happening. No Fruit Loops. There's so much chemicals in that stuff, you guys. Like, I'm just saying, I don't want to lecture nobody. That's me talking. He's laughing. But seriously, it's like Chemical Central. It's like, let's go eat some Skittles and let's just drop it on the Fruit Loops. Come on. Come on. So anyways, that's my little lecture for the day. Eric says, no, it's good. Go ahead. Eric's saying, like with Coke and Pepsi and soda, he's like, he says there's so many ETs here helping us, high vibrational ETs, and they're all watching us. Like, why would they go and put that in their bodies? Like, that's like honestly the worst thing you could do. It's like a chemical toxin. And not, he says, he's laughing his head off. He says, not even the ETs would go and eat that. The ETs wouldn't eat Fruit Loops, Philome. Sorry, Philome. Annika, you're next with your question. I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh, but honestly. Okay. So no more sugar and grounding. He says that's just the beginning, Philome. Because he says if you want to channel and as you move forward, anchoring more light, you won't be able to eat these foods. All right. Annika's question is, am I on the right track in regards to my life's mission and my twin flame union in the 3D, question mark? Well, first of all, Eric says you are definitely on the right path. He's like doing this. And absolutely. As far as a twin flame, inward. focus inward, self-love. He's like, that is what we're talking about today, self-love and loving others in the physical realm. He says, you've heard this from Kristin before. It's about focusing inward, developing self-love to the point where you're not even looking for a partner, and then you just automatically attract a partner in. So that's what that's all about, he says. Practice it. And he says, build it and he will come. So that's what he's saying. He says, it's one foot in front of the other, Annika, and you will be guided on the next steps shortly, momentarily, with my big bro, JC, and your team of angels, and Mother Mary. I see Mother Mary in my head, and I hear him saying Mother Mary. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, so Robin, go ahead with your question, and after Robin is Peggy. That was pretty full on. No more Fruit Loops. No more Fruit Loops or anything that has bright colors with a lot of dyes and chemicals in them. All right, Robin, can you help me along my journey or spiritual awakening, and will you visit me soon? No, don't get them started, Robin. Ask and ye shall receive. All right, go ahead, Eric. He's just laughing his head off. Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Thanks, Kristin, for swearing on my behalf. And I just saw this bright light. Holy cow. Seeing a few just shimmering down here. That's wild. Wow. So he's coming. He says he'll get your attention. Don't you worry. He would love to help you with your spiritual awakening. Any one of y'all that would like me to come and help you with your spiritual awakening, I will come with my big bro JC, who is here to help me, help you. And he's saying that he will go ahead and come over and help you, visit, and pester you a little bit too, he says, because he really enjoys that. He gets the kick out of that. I have to keep him in check. My boundaries are different than everybody else's boundaries. Let's put it that way. All right, Peggy, you're next. He's just laughing. He's giving me the look and he's laughing like this at me. I'm like, but everybody's got their boundaries. Raquel, I'm going to put you on the list because I know that you have a question, and that will be the last person for today. Should I train in under a certain person in UK trance channeling? I know I am supposed to train under you too, from Peggy. Peggy, I get like kind of a tightness in my stomach. I'm not going to lie. It's a tightness in my tum-tum that is a little bit like nausea. You can ask the question and see if you get like a tightness in your stomach too. And maybe that's why you're asking this question, because you are feeling that. And he says you can go ahead and take this path should you choose. Okay. If you want to take this path, go for it. But he says, follow your internal guidance system. Now, what I would like you to do is ask myself and Jesus to help you move along on the right path. He's like, Jesus would call it the righteous path. So the right path, okay? A higher vibrational path, a path that you'll be happier on, and this path is coming really soon. And this is the path that they would like you to be on. No, he's not going to go into explaining what path this is. Not yet. He likes giving surprises. Okay. So, Peggy, if I were you, I'd listen to Eric and just hang tight. I've never had my team of angels steer me wrong yet. And so when they say go and jump off a cliff, I'm going to go jump off a cliff. I'm joking. I'm not serious. But I'm saying if my angels tell me, or if Eric guides me along with Jesus in a certain direction, I'm going to listen. All right. Virginia, I'm ready for your question. And then we're going to ask Eric. Yeah. He's just giving you a fist bump, Peggy. Like that. All right. He's doing it again. That's why I'm doing it again. So Raquel, you're at the very end. We're at Virginia right now, and then I'm going to call your name when you're on the list here, and then you'll be next. So Virginia, and then Mary. He's just kind of like enjoying himself over there right now. What are you doing? He's just reveling in this moment to be able to come through for each of you guys, basically. I didn't see you, Sharon. So we'll put you at the very end, and then that's it. No matter who's coming in. Okay, guys, got to jump in quick to get on the list. So Virginia, Mary, and then Jody. Oh, here's Virginia. How am I doing here? Any messages or words of wisdom? Thank you both. Blessings. Eric's aware of the healing you just had with Kevin Morris. And he is really proud of you. This is going to make a huge impact. This has made a huge impact. And it's going to continue over days into the next weeks to come. He's really proud of you. He's really proud of you. There's a bond there with you and Kevin from a past life. He's sending you his love. He's saying that you are a soft, caring soul. He says, we need more of you on the earth right now. He says, loving, caring soul. He says, he's not worried about you. He's not worried about you. All in divine timing. He says, when that urge within you starts to well up to the point where you can't handle it anymore, that's when you're going to take off and move and move in a direction in your spiritual journey further. It's not quite there yet. Not enough. The desire must be strong. It's similar or like this one, he says. Me again. Yeah, like last spring, my angels were like, well, what do you think about helping people by channeling for them? And I'm like, no, not yet. And then they came to me the next month, not yet. Next month, not yet. And then by the fourth month, I was like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's do this. That's what's going to happen with you, he says. Yeah. Sending you my love. Love you. So Mary, if you want to come and drop your question, and then Jody. Mary and Jody. Oh, Eric just says on top of what I just did there, he loves each of you too. Loves you guys. Loves you. Who better to help y'all out than somebody that was in your shoes, i.e., not exactly the same, he says, but I was in your shoes as in a human body not long ago, and now I have this perspective from the other side. So who better to help you out? I kind of agree with him. He's got a good point there. Okay. Okay. So, you know, Eric has crossed over now. He's over, obviously, on the other side. But not long ago, he was in his body. And so I agree with him. Who better to help us, right? Okay, so we don't see Mary yet, and we're moving on to Jody. If you want to type your question. After Jody is Heather. Kim, that is such an easy answer for me ever since I've ever seen you online. I don't even need to hear Eric on that one. It's a big fat yes. 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 Eric, yes. Yes. I can just feel it. I can feel your vibrational frequency, like you're made for this. He concurs. He agrees with that. Yeah. What advice? Well, okay, so here's Jody. What advice does Eric have for me on my journey? He says, keep doing you. Don't change for no one. That's the first piece of advice he has. The second is, when it's the right time, it'll be the right time. So just keep stepping forward, keeping doing the steps, moving forward, and then you'll just see, he says, a door open, but not only just one door, but there will be several doors, opportunities, people coming into your life, experiences, and you will know what to do in the moment, and you will step off in that direction. That's essentially, he says, what we're waiting for. And he says, deep down, you know that too. How cool is that? He says, everything is in divine timing. Love that. Jesus, did you affect Luann's chest that day? He's laughing and he's saying, yes, I did. It's time to move forward, Luann. It's time to step forward now. He knew the moment in which it was part of the video where we were describing how we sense his energy in our heart chakras, and he saw the opportunity to step forward and impact your heart chakra through your chest. And he knew you would get that sign. He's sending his love to you. Amen. Okay, Heather and then Belinda. So Belinda, I know you're there. You want to type your question? Heather, Belinda, and then Rita. So how cool is that? I knew it too, Luann. Nope. How cool is that? Okay. Yeah, there's a big difference between a tight chest with ascension symptoms, and then when the difference is it's tight, pulled back, feels uncomfortable, it's usually your stomach too. When Jesus comes, he's just opening this up and pooling his energy into your chest. Big difference. Big difference. But again, that's where the master channeling course comes into play, right, guys? Like, how do you know whose energy is what, and what are they doing to this chakra? Is this a warning, or is this a sign that Jesus is here talking with me through my heart chakra? So that's why, well, one of the many reasons why the master channeling course that me and Rebecca McCann are doing is so important, so that you become very aware of what energy is around you and how it's communicating with you. I just love that, Luann. I just think that's awesome. And you know, you obviously maybe you were looking for a sign, and Jesus saw that as an opportunity. It was like the day when Jesus said, "Put your running shoes on, Kristin." You know, in a loving way. And I was like, "No, I'm going to wear my slippers because when I go to the hair salon, I want to have my feet comfy in my slippers." And then he kept telling me put my running shoes on, but I didn't listen. And then I ended up needing to have my running shoes on that day when I was standing on the side of the road and my car wasn't working and I was in my slippers. Awkward. All right. Okay. So Heather just wants to know about spiritual growth. One foot in front of the other again. This will transpire into more opportunities, more like-minded people coming your way, and more doors opening for you. This will be occurring before the end of this year. More like at the end of the year. Okay. Okay. He says, and don't worry about anything. He says, don't worry about anything because everything is in divine timing. It's all meant to unfold in this way. You can't go put the cart before the horse. He says, that's what he's saying. Okay. Belinda's saying, should I pursue angelic Reiki? My inner spirit says, go for it. Am I on the right road? Okay. Eric's response is this. Yes, yes, yes. Do it. That's it, Belinda. That's all I have to say. He says, you best listen to those angels of yours because they're just going to continue ramping it up and it's go time. Yeah. Yeah. He's saying it to me. I'm only one person. I can only do so much. And I need your help, Belinda, because I know it's coming with this mass awakening. And it's time for us light workers to step up and go time. It's go time. We don't have time to sit on our laurels anymore. And, you know, I'll always, always, always be here to help everyone. But there has to be like, I understand there's divine timing in play, but it's so important to rise up and start taking action steps like going and taking angelic Reiki healing or taking the master channeling course or whatever you feel that pull towards, go and do it because there aren't enough of us light workers here for what is coming. And I know it's coming because I've heard it about 30 to 40 times now from the angels. 30 to 40 times, let alone Jesus and Eric and everyone. And that's what is most important. Am I right, Eric? He's just high-fiving my hand. Yeah, pretty much. They're all coming. They're all awakening, and they're going to be having a lot of questions. So where are they going to come? Who are they going to come to help heal them and answer their questions? We have to be ready. And so, I mean, here's my spur on for everybody. Action steps, even if small ones every day, moving in the direction in which you feel pulled towards. Okay. Rita, I'm ready for your question. And then Jacqueline, I'm ready for your question too. Let's be ready. Let's be ready. Yeah. I'm not saying this like urgency. I'm just saying hanging back and watching all the time. I think that time's kind of over. And I think, I think it's important to take some small action steps to move in the direction that is going to propel you forward in helping the massive amount of people awakening on the globe, which is coming this late summer to fall. And it's coming. They're coming. Okay, so what should I focus on most at the present? Okay, give me a minute. So, okay, so you're reading all that? Right. Okay. So essentially, others will be the way that they're going to be. And they'll change when they want to change. And so the only thing that I can do is be in a space of allowing and be patient and be very present in their presence. And what taught me to be like that? One of the main tools that I use to teach me is a New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. That book changed me. Meditation also has helped me, and getting getting some good rest. Okay, you want to take some of that? Triggers. Eric wants to talk about triggers or triggering. Hand the triggers off to your team of angels. Hand them off to me. When you trigger, and you get in that moment where you like to give something to somebody and you feel justified because their behavior was this, that, and the other, hand that off to me, please. And that's all he has to say on that. He's literally saying that. So, others will be, if I were to get upset about every single little thing that somebody has done, I'd probably be upset all the time, but really, my peace and my self-care and self-love and balance in life is more important, if that makes sense. Yeah. So you can be, I love it. My angels always show this to me. You got a big tornado, right? And it's the chaos in the storm. So do I want to be in the chaos with them, triggering, or do I want to be in the eye of the storm where it's nice and still and calm? It's an easy choice for me. Okay, so Jacqueline, I'm ready for your question. And then Annette, we're ready for your question after Jacqueline. Jacqueline, I'm ready. Okay. He says, any of y'all that need help with anything in your lives, you just have to call my name and I'll be right there. He says, I'm an omnipresent being of light and love. I can be anywhere and everywhere. And I have a lot of help with my big bro, JC. And he's saying, I'll be right there to help you. No, Jacqueline, I'm waiting for you. Come on. There's no skipping. Oh, you want me to skip you? Got it. Okay, Annette, I'm ready for your question. And then Raquel, come on. Your first time in the group asking a question live. How exciting. You already know the answer, eh, Jacqueline? Okay, perfect. I love that. And that's what these live video chats are all about is, he'll answer everybody's questions and he'll give, his guidance, and we all get something from some part of it. So even if you don't get your question answered, you're learning and growing. That's how it was for me when I would go to channeling Eric and I would watch Jamie Butler channel him right in the very beginning, and I would watch every single video, and I absolutely adored every second of it because I learned so much. Some of it I took on and remembered, and some of it, I didn't, but it was awesome. Okay. Sorry, Annette. Okay. So Annette and then Raquel and then Sharon. So any which one of you that popped your question up right now, let's do this. Okay. So Annette wants to know about her love life. Okay. They're showing me, okay. Okay. So we are just going to cover all the bases. Okay, Raquel, but first we're going to talk in regards, you're welcome. First we're going to talk about Annette's love life. What I'm seeing is this beautiful, open, expansive body of water with beautiful reflections, but it's really calm, like so calm, there isn't no wave, no ripple, no nothing, okay? And it's been like this for some time, just really serene and calm, which to be honest, sounds pretty awesome. I'm like, I'm just saying, it seems very peaceful and calm. Not until the right one comes along. And then I'm just seeing a dusting off, and I'm getting that from Eric and your angel together. And don't look. Focus inward on self-love. And then the right person will come at the right time. Self-love and self-care. And your angel says, don't worry, we're keeping an eye on things so that the right one will come along and you'll know it's the right one. Other than that, it's like this calm, peaceful, serene stillness, and I can relate. I love that. I mean, that peacefulness, I love that. Your angel just thanked me and kissed me on the cheek. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. True, Sharon. So with Raquel, you saw her question. She's open for help in all levels, and I feel like he's going to come in and be blunt. Okay, ready, Raquel. Here we go. Ooh, he's using some choice words in regards to your workplace. Choice words I'm not sure I should repeat. He says they're a bunch of fuckers that use and abuse people. Irregardless, he says we're not going to trigger. That kind of was a trigger, Eric. He just wanted to get it across to you that they all feel similarly to yourself in regards to these people. Okay, and that was one way of him using his words. He loves using the word fuck. Yes, okay. And now he's saying, hang in there. He really likes, using a friend as a reputable employer and then going ahead and having that as a reference and sidestepping these people because he said, they won't give you a good reference anyways. And they're users. They're users and abusers. 3D entrenched low vibrational beings. All right. But he says each of us are learning and growing on our path. And if we don't get it in this lifetime, we'll get it in the next one or the next one or the next one. Thank you. So he wants you to just focus inward on self-love and hang in there until you locate another job. He says you could take the course that you are planning on taking, but what he sees ahead is a bumpier path, okay? So it'll be bumpier. And you better have enough money in the bank before you go take that action as a buffer. And he's being really blunt with you about that, he says. Blunt. Yep. Okay. Okay, so Sharon, I'm ready for your question. And Sharon is the last, and then I'll just relay some more guidance because I feel this pressure on my back. So it tells me that he'd like to say a few more words. Okay. Okay. Carrie, go ahead and type your question. Sharon's question is, what is my purpose in helping humanity during ascensions, and why do I feel stuck? Earth Angel, I'm sensing your vibrational frequency. Your purpose is to help raise the vibrational frequency here upon the earth plane. He is saying you would enjoy the master channeling course that me and Rebecca are doing. Again, that's up to you. That's what Eric's saying. He says you're like in the beginning stages of anchoring the light, and a lot will become very clear to you as to what action steps to take in the future as you begin anchoring more and more light. And you begin ascending with ascension symptoms. And Earth Angel, others even before yourself. Yeah? He's just sending his love to you, and he's just letting you know that the steps ahead will be made very clear. Okay. 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 So I'm going to just go ahead because I don't see anybody else's questions. I know I missed some of you today, and I'm sorry about that. But you know what? I come on here often, so we will definitely get your questions next time. And of course, I ask those of you who got your questions answered this time, if you could just hang back next time so everyone else can come forward and ask their questions next time. So, what would you like to say, Eric? In order to focus on loving one another here in the physical realm, it is important to be aware of your thoughts. Your thoughts create your reality. And also be aware of how you feel. If those thoughts that you're rotating in your mind don't make you feel good, hand them off to your angels or hand them off to me. Do it, do it, do it over and over again. He says, you've heard this from Kristin before, which is at least 20 times a day for at least 2 weeks. Very tedious, but let me tell you, your mind gets a lot big time freed up. Also, go and purchase the book A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. He says this guy used to live in Germany, now he lives in Vancouver, Canada. So this book is for those of you that are ready to stop this tape and this entrenched way of being in a low vibrational thought pattern and way of being. I love you, he says. I love you all. He just wants to say, Mom, I love you too. This is for you. All right, everybody. Getting that heart space, holy. I want you guys to have a wonderful Sunday, and I love you. Bye, everybody. Bye.